Hi, in this video I want to talk about what is really going on with your thyroid. I talk to so many people who they check mark all of the symptoms on the list of low thyroid problems. They're tired, they can't lose weight, their hair's not thick and luscious like it used to. In fact, it's like really sparse and hardly there. They they have joint pain, they're depressed, all of these things. They've been to their doctor, they've said, I think maybe my thyroid needs looked at. They say, okay, we'll do that, and then they tell them, they come back and they say everything looks fine. But let's talk about what a real, true thyroid evaluation looks like. So you can follow along with me. I have a picture, and I just drew this on the whiteboard. I am a doctor, not an artist, so don't judge me on that. But this is the same whiteboard that I use in my office when I am trying to explain to people, when I have all of their thyroid markers back, what is really going on with their thyroid. So follow along with me, and if you have not had this kind of an analysis done on your thyroid, then you can reach out to me, or you can have it done by a functional health person or whatever. I'm happy to help. So, okay. The first thing I want to talk about is we start in the brain, and the brain talks to the thyroid gland, and they're in communication. The brain, via the pituitary gland, secretes something called TSH, or thyroid stimulating hormone, and that tells the thyroid gland how much thyroid hormone to produce. So that's number one piece. Are the brain and the thyroid gland communicating properly to each other? And what we're looking for there is a TSH level between 1 and 3. Now the lab will say that anything between 0.5 and 4.5 or even 5 is in range, but it's really not. People feel good when their TSH is in a much tighter range, somewhere in that 1 to 3 range. So that's the first thing. So TSH, that tells brain communicating to the thyroid. Then we look at thyroid hormones. We look at T4 and T3. Now T4 is the form of thyroid hormone that is produced predominantly by the thyroid gland. Like 93% of thyroid hormone produced is T4. However, this is not the good stuff. This is the inactive form of the thyroid hormone, meaning it doesn't do the good stuff, like help us control our weight and our metabolism, help us feel warm inside, help us lose weight, help us with hair, joints, depression, all that stuff. That is T3. That's the active form of the thyroid hormone. So we need proper T3. But a lot of people don't convert that T4 to the T3. So one of the things that can be going wrong is they can be converting, instead of converting T4 into T3, the good stuff, they convert it into something called reverse T3. I define that like an imposter form of T3 thyroid hormone. You've got a lot of that, so you're converting, but you're not converting to the right thing. You can also just not have the nutrients you need for this conversion to happen properly. You need plenty of zinc, selenium, B vitamins, vitamin D, a lot of things that people are low in. Also, 60% of this conversion from T4 to T3 happens in the liver. So a sluggish liver, a liver that's struggling, not going to get the job done. Another 20% of this happens in a healthy gut environment. So you don't have a healthy gut environment, this conversion may suffer too. But you don't know whether your conversion is an issue unless someone puts a T4 and a T3 values on your lab. And we also look at something called free levels of T3 and T4. That is the form of the thyroid hormone that is not bound to a protein in blood. So we have the direct levels of T4 and T3, which are bound to blood, but we also have the free levels. And it's important to have both of those, because sometimes you can have an increase in binding proteins and not have these hormones available. So we've got an availability issue too. So again, unless someone is looking at this whole picture, they can be missing pieces. The other thing that can happen too is we can have something called TPO and TG antibodies. Those are thyroid peroxidase and thyroglobulin antibodies. Your immune system can actually be attacking the thyroid gland proper, or the buses that drive the thyroid hormone where it needs to go, which would be the thyroglobulin antibodies. So if you have that problem where you have those antibodies present, high levels of those, then you know that it's not really a thyroid problem you have, it's a problem with your immune system targeting the thyroid. And you can see how that fix would be totally different. But most medical practitioners, they don't look at all of that. They're looking at one number, the TSH predominantly, and then maybe they look at T4 to say, well, are you producing enough thyroid hormone? And they say, yeah, your T4 levels look great. But they're not asking the question of, are you converting it? And if not, what are the other pieces that could be affecting that conversion? Are you low in nutrients? Is it your liver? Is it your gut health? Asking all those questions. And then I think one of the most important questions is whether or not your immune system is targeting your thyroid gland. That is responsible for 8 out of 10 thyroid slowdown cases. It's the immune system attacking the thyroid. So I just wanted to show you this because I feel like almost nobody is having their thyroid gland evaluated properly, and I think you deserve that. If you think or suspect or know you have a thyroid problem, you want someone to do this with you. And so that's why I wanted to show you what I think needs to be done. And if you're not having it done, reach out to me, find a good functional doctor in your area, but get the help you need so you'll know what your thyroid is really doing.